Tara Dowie.
Mr Chair, thank you very much. Ms Moroney, it is an absolute delight to take a second call for part 2 of this parental leave and employment protection 6 months paid leave and work contact hours amendment bill. So part 2, as we have heard, is about extending paid parental leave from 22 weeks to 26 weeks on the 1st of April 2018. And look, notwithstanding the arguments about the finances and the fact that the side of the House believes that our funds are better spent elsewhere at this time, that it is about a suite of measures to give children and families the best start in life. And given that the side of the House actually agrees that paid parental leave is a good idea, and that I myself have put it on record that the concept of paid parental leave is a very good thing, I'm going to focus on what the 4 weeks from extending the 22 weeks to the 26 weeks would afford to mothers and or fathers, because of course now paid parental leave extends to both parents and to carers. But what we've already heard in part 1 about the benefits that paid parental leave affords for breastfeeding. And as a mother who couldn't breastfeed, it was still very vital with respect to bottle feeding. We can't forget that. Yes, breastfeeding is considered best, the right vitamins and nutrients provided for baby. But also it is still a very intimate experience to bottle feed your baby, and that should not be lost or criticised, that some women cannot do that or choose not to do that. And it is still a very valuable time to bond with baby and an intimate experience to feed baby. But moving on from that with respect to the 22 weeks to 26 weeks, that extra 4 weeks affords more than just bonding with baby, and it's something that I've focused on in other speeches on the subject. But it's the factor of isolation and the part that isolation can play in a young mum or young dad's, or first-time mum or dad's life when they first have baby. And it can often happen if a person is isolated geographically, but also can happen in cities if people are isolated from family members. So, for example, when I first had my child, I had a friend that had migrated from Australia to Southland and didn't have the luxury of family and wider whānau support. And because of that, she was isolated. So coming back to what that 4 weeks from the 22 weeks to 26 weeks would afford, is it's extra time to get involved in community activities with that extra financial support provided through paid parental leave, to get involved with groups that provide support. So when you look at groups like Plunket, and for me, I've often talked about my involvement with Space through Play Centre, supporting parents about children's education, a course for first-time parents. It's about getting involved with those people and those people that are going through the same changes as you, raising baby, looking to bond with baby, going through the challenges of the child's development. I will round it off, Mr. Prosser, I will round it off. The 4 weeks affords that time to bond with other mothers or fathers, and they in turn give support to those parents, that parent that could be isolated. And that is a positive thing that the 22 weeks to 26 weeks allows. It extends the paid parental leave period and gives that extra financial support to that family to enable them to do that.
Catherine